Welcome to another edition of Cadet Chat. I'm your host, Dr. Kosiorek, and I'm so excited to have Katie Jo Passero, our new assistant principal at Village Elementary. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, join us in Hollywood. I like it.
I'm in Hollywood for the
Yeah.
first time.
So one of the things that we're really looking to do is help to introduce some of the new administrators and staff in the district. So this is just a great time for the greater community to get to know you a little bit better. So help us get to know you a little better.
So I have spent 15 years in education. I grew up in a family of educators. So my mom was a special education teacher for 30 years, and my dad was an administrator in special education. So it kind of just was part of my existence growing up, and I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, and this was something that I absolutely loved to do. And so I started as a special ed teacher, which was an amazing experience in Spencerport, and then I took the journey to become an administrator. And my first job was in Lyons as a middle high school assistant principal, where I learned so much and gained so much knowledge, and went on to then be an elementary school assistant principal, which brought me to this position here today. And a lot of the skills that I've acquired over the years stem from my experience playing sports, being on a softball team in varsity and college. You learn those time management skills, work ethic, how to work hard on and off the field, building relationships. So a lot of that I've been able to bring with me along the way in my various experiences, inside and outside of my profession.
Great, appreciate that. I know you're, in the time that I've known you, you're a rather humble person.
I am, yes.
But I'm going to put you on the spot,
yes.
And I know that you are a member of the Victor High School Athletic Hall of Fame.
Yes, 2015.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the sports you played, the journey you took. I also know that you were a Division I athlete. So tell us a little bit about that.
So I started playing softball as a little girl, and then I kind of decided that I wanted to be a pitcher. And if you know anything about softball and pitching, it's a tremendous amount of work because you need to practice all the time and perfect your skills. So I played some sports in junior high school. I played basketball, I did cheerleading, but then softball really took over, and I decided that this was going to be my thing. So I put in hours upon hours to be a varsity athlete and then go on to play collegiate softball. And again, when I was in college, it was hours upon hours, plus your coursework, plus trying to be a member of the school community and learn about the school community. So having those skills have helped me tremendously, but the work along the way has really been an integral part of who I am today and teaching me those lifelong skills. Now, I'll never forget when I got the call in 2015 to be part of the Victor High School Sports Hall of Fame. I get the call from a former social studies teacher, and he says, "We want to know if you want to join the Hall of Fame." And I said, "Of course, this is the greatest honor ever." So all of those years of hard work and blood, sweat, and tears, as they say, really paid off, and getting that plaque and having that opportunity to be part of that Wall of Fame is really something that I'm really proud of.
Absolutely. So I was also a Division I athlete. Can you tell our audience a little bit about the commitment that it takes at that level? Many of our young student athletes have thoughts and dreams of competing at that level. Sometimes people don't quite understand what that means. What did it mean to you, and what was your experience like?
So I went from being a big fish in a small pond. I was the best of the best at Victor, and it was awesome. And then you go to play Division I, and you're in this huge pond and you're a small fish. So it's a super humbling experience because you're with the best of the best from all of not just New York State, but the country. Mm-hmm. And so you realize that you need to continue to improve your craft, and you need to continue to be better than you were yesterday. And that's something that I understood, but I didn't really understand until I walked on the field the first time and someone hit a home run off me, and it's like, okay, well, what can we do differently? How can we be better? And just being a part of that team is something that I'll never forget, because you're walking onto a campus and you don't know anybody, but you know your team. You know your 15 members of that team, and you just become best friends. And so it's a tremendous amount of work, and you have to push through because there are days when you don't want to continue to do it because it's so hard and it's so time consuming. But then you look at the friendships and the relationships along the way and the skills that you're taught, and you realize, okay, well, this is something that's worth it. And so making it to that finish line, playing that last game as a senior in college was a great experience, but I was definitely ready to retire the glove at that time. I was ready.
Absolutely. And you talked a little bit about this, but some of the skills and experiences that you had playing interscholastic activities and collegiate athletics has influenced you as a teacher, an educator, and now an administrator. Can you expand on that a little bit?
So I've always been really good at time management. My high school coach said, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. So I would get to things, no exaggeration, 15 to 20 minutes early because I would not want to be late. Because if you were late, you would get the running sneakers on and you would just start running. So those time management skills are something that I've always had, but I've really expanded upon them. And the dedication, work ethic, always having to plan, be prepared, plan things out in a way so that you have really things planned sometimes to the hour, because you know that at 5 o'clock you're going to have practice from 5 to 8, so you've got to get X, Y, and Z done before that. Perseverance, grit, I think pushing through when times are tough and when things get really hard, and there maybe you just kind of think about, well, this isn't the direction I want to go in, but you just have to dig deep and really find that strength and that grit to be able to move forward. And then relying on others, leaning on those people that you trust and that you value, and being a part of a team. The biggest thing that I've learned as an administrator is the importance of team, because really no one person can do it or knows it all. So having your team to back you up and support you through the difficult days, or the days where you have questions, or you want to really lean on those around you, and you just become really close friends and your mentors.
Absolutely. So along that line, as you're an administrator here in Hilton, tell us some of the people that have influenced you on your journey.
So there's been a number of people that have influenced me along the journey. I think that first and foremost, my parents have been a huge influence on me, believing in me, pushing me, always helping me strive for excellence, and always saying, you can do this, and we've got your back. They got me to the point of going through college and getting that experience, which landed me that amazing opportunity in Spencerport. When I was in Spencerport, I had some tremendous leaders in the district that I really looked up to. Mr. Ned Dale was one of them. He was someone that I could always aspire to be. I always wanted to be the principal that he was and the leader that he was, and he took me along that journey as an administrator. He was my mentor going through the Brockport program. And he helped me get to the next step, which was landing my first administrative job. And then when I got the first administrative job, Lebo Alexanian was the first principal I worked for. And what he taught me is that you can lead with humility and humanity, and you can still be a really great leader. And I made a lot of mistakes along the way there, and he always picked me up, and we would talk through things, and we would work through things. And he helped me kind of be sitting in this chair today, because without his guidance and support, there were days when I was like, maybe this isn't what I want to do, because there's really tough days. And so he said, nope, we're going to keep going, we're going to keep pushing. And he's probably one of the best people that I've met along the way in terms of just being a really, really great human. And the other administrative team at Lions helped me, we helped each other. So we were a team of 8. So we really kind of supported each other and got each other through. And, they were definitely proud as I continued to make next steps in my career.
Oh, that's excellent. Thank you for taking the time to be vulnerable and share those special stories with us. So now you've been here in the district for several months. Tell us a little bit about your experience so far, learning moments, growth opportunities, success. How are things going as you've transitioned into being a cadet?
So first and foremost, I think Dr. Rudd and Ms. Bauer have been tremendous. I've loved having a counterpart. I've never had an AP counterpart. So having Ms. Bauer has been awesome, because she's just a person where I can pop into her office and ask questions, and we have each other's back and support each other. And the staff and students at Village have been tremendous. It's almost been a seamless transition into the district and the building. When I got there, everything was prepared for me. My secretary, Mary Ellen, has been amazing in helping me manage all of this stuff. Everyone's been welcoming. It's hard to believe I've only been here for 6 weeks. It feels like a lot longer than that, because of how welcoming and affirming everybody is here. And just the community has been very welcoming as well.
Great. What do you think some of our viewers should know about you as far as your work as an assistant principal, if they're not working in Village or have students that attend Village?
I think the most important thing about me is that I lead with integrity and humility. That's the person that I am, and I hope to be transparent with all of the decisions that I make. And I aim to teach people the why behind my decisions, and really those decisions are rooted in that integrity of me as a person, but also as a professional. And I truly believe that no one of us is more important than all of us. So that collective energy and spirit in helping move everything forward.
Great. When you're not administering, what do you like to do in your free time?
Well, I am an avid animal lover. I have many animals at home. So I have 2 rescue dogs, one from Lollipop Farm and one from another organization that keep me on my toes. And if I could have more, I probably would. I have a mini pig. So I have a rescue mini pig that people are often fascinated about. And yes, she lives in my backyard. And she is not mini. She's about 200 pounds or so.
Wow.
And she is, they are very fascinating animals. So I thought I was going to get this small little pig that fit in my hand, because the teacup pig, you put in your purse, put in your hands. Didn't happen. She's very, very large.
Wow. That was going to be my next question. Is it an indoor pig or an outdoor pig?
So she's pretty much outdoor. We keep her outdoor because indoor, she likes to knock over the garbage can. She likes to knock over the water. They like to open the refrigerator door. They're very smart. They're as smart as a toddler.
Wow, that's fascinating. Holy cow. What do you do to recharge?
So I got a Peloton recently, and I've been loving that. I've been really taking the time for myself because it's easy to not to do it. And I think that has been something where I can go home, I can do whatever I need to do at home, but then I just hop on the Peloton and get my 30 to 45 minute workout in, and then I feel recharged and energized for the next day, and I kind of just get lost in the music. And I also love spending time with my family. Definitely something that helps me recharge. And I do like to travel, so exploring new places and meeting new people and cultures and things like that it definitely recharges the battery too.
Yeah, definitely. What's your latest trip that you've taken?
So I haven't taken any big trips recently, but my biggest trip that I've ever taken is I went to Bali.
Oh, wow.
With my mom. So we took a 2-week trip to Bali, and it was awesome. Everything that you hear about and more. It was a very relaxing culture. Things are slower paced. They eat healthy foods. They take care of themselves. So I came back and someone said, "Wow, you look so refreshed." I said, "Yes, I do." So that was one of my best trips.
Great. Well, hopefully in the near future you'll be able to take a couple more. With,
yes. Maybe not big trips like that, but because it was a 24-hour flight, but smaller trips.
Yeah, and then you have to make sure the animals are taken care of.
That's
always a difficult challenge,
It
right?
is a challenge, yeah.
Absolutely. So, well, Katie Jo, is there anything that I didn't ask you that you'd like to share with our viewers today?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for being on this edition of Cadet Chat. And also, thank you for your interest in joining the Hilton Learning Community. We're very fortunate to have you here. And I know we've known each other for a short amount of time, but super excited that you're here and looking forward to working together for a very long time. So once again, thank you for joining the show. And this concludes this edition of Cadet Chat. Thank you again. Have a great day.